Weak ass vet.
Hi, this is 975 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the legacy version of the game on Xbox. And the gentleman I'm fighting in this video, it was quite funny because I think he was getting annoyed that he wasn't having enough 1v1s. He was getting bundled by everyone. But the thing is, he wasn't asking people to have 1v1 with him. If you ask me for a 1v1 and I agree, I will keep it as a 1v1 and treat it as a 1v1. You know. Despite some claims from certain lawfuls in the past, I've never dropped in on someone else's 1v1 and like deliberately ganked the person. You know, I have dropped in on a 1v1 and started firing and then been told it's a 1v1 and I've left. That sometimes happens. I've had 1v1s where I've been having them and someone's dropped in and started firing. It's like, no, it's a 1v1. Because, you know, you don't know. You're not psychic. These things happen. But in this case, I wasn't having a 1v1 when Al dropped in. You know, I was looking for this guy and I was trying to lead him away from the station to actually fight me. And he did, you know, come out and take the bait and come after me, which I didn't mind. He shot me for a fair amount of time while I was just trying to go further away from the station. And he did launch his fighter on me. And I kind of, once he launched the fighter, I was like, well, you know, I got fixed frags. I don't particularly want to be dealing with fighters too much. Fighter lag is horrific still in Elite Dangerous on the legacy version on Xbox. If you, the fighters just lag up the instance for the other person very, very quickly, and the person using the fighter gets a hell of a lot of advantage out of it. It's one of those things. Some people get very angry about it. I don't get particularly bothered about it because it's a lot of people just don't know they're causing that much lag, because for them they don't see the lag, so they don't realise how bad it is. So, yeah, it's one of those, you know, there are a lot of people who are like, well, it's in the game, I'm allowed to use anything that's in the game, and equally you are. I'm not going to, you know, say you're not. Some people consider it an exploit, but FDev have never said it is. So, if people want to use the fighter, they're free to. Plus, you know, Paul at War always used to constantly use the fighter when he was in his Corvette. Admittedly, he used a player-controlled one, so that meant he was only exploiting the fact that, you know, you don't get systems malfunctioning if you've got multi-crew, which is kind of a really handy thing to have if you're in a big ship and lose your shields. It's quite handy that you survive when your thrusters are on 7-8%, like Mr. War used to do on a regular basis. Yeah, it's like he used to always escape and be like, haha, I escaped. And it's like, well, yeah, because you're exploiting multi-crew to get around the malfunctions on your ship. It only malfunctions if it gets to 0. So all that time spent shooting your thrusters was almost completely wasted. We needn't have bothered. But you know, it was one of those things. It's a bit of an odd quirk of multi-crew, that one. But yeah, fighter lag's a pain in the butt. Luckily in this case I was able to take his fighter out almost immediately, and I don't think he launched the second one. And then Al dropped in and this poor old vet was absolutely torn apart. Al did point out it was quite a weak vet. I did come back later in my vet trying to seek this guy out and have a proper 1v1 in vets with him, but unfortunately when I came across him he was already getting attacked by people, and I just jumped in and merrily helped kill him. And then I used my vet to help the guys pirate something, and then next thing you know I'm back in a pirate ship. So he did get a 1v1 and he actually won a 1v1 against one of the members of the Dark Marauders, so fair play to him. He did, he got his 1v1 in Corvettes and he did win it. I don't think he would have stood up against my Corvette, but you know, my Corvette is a fun joke build, not really a serious hardcore PvP ship. Though I would like to point out it has fixed weaponry, because somebody was like making remarks about all Dark Marauders or gimbaled vets, and it's like, well, they clearly haven't seen Dex vet. And even mine, I am the gimbaled scrub, and I run a lot of gimbaled weapons on a lot of things. I have one gimbaled weapon, and that's the large cannon below, because the shot speed doesn't match with the others, so it's easier that I kept it gimbaled. It's a dispersal field, whereas all the others are 4-shell cannon. So I have, what, effectively 3 fixed cannons, 1 gimbaled cannon, and 2 turreted beam lasers. So the majority of my weapons are actually fixed on my, would you believe it, on one of my ships. Crazy. I even have ships with all plasmax on them. Amazing. I don't use them very often, but I do actually have some ships with fully fixed weaponry. I have some ships with railguns. It's amazing I do actually do some fixed stuff once in a while. Depends on who I'm fighting. A lot of people I fight, if I know someone hates fighting against gimbals, I'll pull out the gimbals. The more they moan about it, the more likely I am to be in a gimbal scrub build. That's just the way I am. But yeah, oh yeah, and of course I've got my railgun. Of course that's fixed. But yeah, this guy didn't get many banks off, and it's a bit mean having this many ships attack you. And yeah, he was manfully trying to defend his friends who were trading. We were robbing his friends that were trading. We ended up with over 160 tons over the course of the evening. So I gotta say, it's kind of mission fail for him. He did get a 1v1 that he won. He did die a good few number of times that I'm aware of. So, you know, all in all, it was a fun evening's entertainment either way. Yeah, if he wants to 1v1 me, I'll happily 1v1 him anytime he wants. Though my big ships aren't the best. If you want to really challenge yourself in big ships, I can point you in the direction of some very good big ship pilots. I'm not one of them. But anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. It was nice to get the vet out though, and I forgot I don't even have an interdictor on this thing. Part of the passion project of building it was making it a certain weight, and interdictors are sadly quite light. Certainly compared to E-rated hull reinforcement anyway. But anyway, that's all. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.